What's up, guys? This is another video. It's been a while for me, but if you haven't read the title, Iron Fist. I just finished watching it, watched all 13 episodes today. It dropped and started at 2 a.m. Took a little break, went to sleep, basically. Then finished the last 3 episodes. So I watched 10 episodes and finished the last 3. Some people finished it faster, some people got episodes early, that's just how it is. But this is, I'm surprised at a lot of things. One is just the critics. The critics were very much wrong. The show is really good, really fun. If you like kung fu movies, this is what you need to watch, because that's basically what it is. It's like a really long kung fu movie, and it's just really fun and stuff. They didn't play out the way I thought the show was going to play out, which is cool. Um, you know, because it's hard to say. Because I thought it was going to go one direction, it goes another direction with and then the show goes back to the way I thought it was going to go. Like, it goes like this, and then it ends where I didn't think it was going to end, which is really cool. I love the show. Iron Fist is a very cool character. I won't say he's my top favorite character, but he is a character I really like, especially for what his powers are. And Heroes for Hire is a great book. You gotta love him and Luke Cage together, which is surprised. Spoiler, there is no Luke Cage showing up in this show. I was kind of disappointed. I thought that should have been one of the cliffhangers for me. It would be like, him and Luke Cage being like, hey, yeah, Luke. But, didn't happen. But there were some references, tons of references throughout this show, to Devil's Hell's Kitchen, or they could straight call him Daredevil. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Hogarth is actually in this. Which is cool, and cause she references Jessica Jones, like, I used to have a PI or whatever, but she was a good PI before she, got I forgot her alcohol problem or whatever, which is cool. That there's so many more references. There's a reference to the Hulk, the Incident, very much more references. Like, if you look at the first season of Daredevil, there wasn't a lot of, New York invasion references in it, but this, like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, all have much more references to the incident that people call the New York invasion from the Avengers, and which is cool. But I think it just gives you a little bit more context and why people accept these characters or don't accept these characters, especially since they live in New York City. But that being said, there's so much great acting in this show, and I was surprised with some characters when how quickly they change, being a bad guy to a good guy. Like, there's a lot of, role switching back and forth, and, you never know who's gonna end up being the good guy in the end, or at least being an ally in the end. And there's, a lot, good guys turning bad and coming back to good, and then bad, good, bad. There's so much of that in this show. It's really cool, and it's very much like kung fu movies. I love kung fu movies. If you love anything from, Jet Li, and just, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, anything, there's, so many kung fu movies out there, and I'm surprised people were so, the critics panned this, they hated it, because Iron Fist, Danny Rand, is a white guy in this show, and they wanted him to be an Asian guy, and I'm like, in the comic books he's not Asian, why would they make a non-Asian character Asian? I say keep it the way it was. I mean, it would have been a cool idea, but there's a lot of Asian and a lot of multicultural people in this Iron Fist show. And it's really cool, and it makes sense, because Danny Rand, it being a guy who is supposed to be an outsider, gets these powers of the Iron Fist, and he's still learning how to do it, which is cool. He doesn't know everything about it. He's not the completely powerful character, and he's super powerful throughout the show, but he also just, doesn't have full control of the powers, so he's not OP as fuck, but he is pretty OP. It seems like he could take down most people in the show, and you see Madame Gao in the show, which is awesome, because she is a great actor, the woman that plays her, and just a great character, even if you don't give her that much, some people might say that she's not a great actress. They just give her this amount of lines or whatever, and that's what can help her. But I think that this woman is a great actor, because the way she doesn't really do much, but the way she speaks to other characters is very, very cool. And this is the first time you actually meet her a lot. You actually know more about her and the hand, and that there's different parts of the hand, and the hand turns on each other and things like that, and it's really cool. You meet a lot of hand characters, which is cool, and it's just really cool to see more about the hand that we didn't really see. We got a little bit of it in Daredevil Season 2, pretty much. Some of it with Stick and all that other stuff, Elektra. And you know they have Elektra as their god or demon as character. What's going to happen with that, I don't know. It's going to be in Daredevil Season, in The Defenders. But with that, and then you kind of step out of it, you step away from that in Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and now you're coming back to it, which is awesome. And it's just a great idea, and it makes sense, it brings this whole universe together, and why he would need these people in Defenders, with Sigourney Weaver being one of the big bad villains of it, as well as other people probably. I'm pretty sure in Defenders you're going to get Stick coming back and this big battle with the hand, because in the promo picture it is the hand. And the last Defenders arrived, and it's really cool. You hear about, you get Night Nurse coming back. If you don't know who she is, she's the one that patches up all the heroes in the universe. I'm blank on the character's name, her actual name. I just call her Night Nurse, because that's what that's her superhero name, and it's cool that Madame Gao actually gets to talk to her, because Night Nurse has almost been killed by the hand before, and it's crazy. And Madame Gao's trying to get into her head at one point, and she's like, you meet all these superhero people, and you want some of that to rub off onto you, and that's like, ooh man, that's pretty cool. And that's how you see Madame Gao. Madame Gao gets in people's heads, and it's crazy. And and there's some good characters. You actually do meet a character from where Iron Fist is from, which is cool, and some crazy stuff happens. He ends up becoming he seems like he's gonna become a bad guy, but in the end he wants to kill Danny Rand anyway. And spoilers, lots of spoilers in this. If you already didn't know, there are spoilers. I kind of just ramble on, and I just throw out stuff that I saw in the show that I really liked. So don't be mad. Yeah, but if you be mad, you can flip me off in the comments. I don't give a fuck. But it's just crazy how characters are jealous, or they're this, or they're that, and it's just this is very much it's like what are you thinking? Oh my god. Because there's so much going on. This show is not like a straightforward thing. It's it goes up and down, and it's really cool. This is the way they did this show, and I can see why some people might not like this show. For critics, because critics are very picky, and the fact that the critics chose this show mainly because of the cast was a stupid thing. I could see why some people wouldn't like the story pacing, the way they do it is very not like the other Netflix shows. The way the pacing is, the way the story is told, it's not like a superhero. It's not like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, where they have a straight path. Luke Cage is kind of, Iron Fist is kind of just wavy and just all over the place. Because that's the nature of the character and the nature of the story that they're telling on the show. And that could be, you could have other opinions, it's cool. Because not everyone likes the same things, not everyone likes the same kind of series, and I don't see why this show was panned so bad, because I watched it. If I didn't like it, I would have spaced it out. I would have spaced it out for days, and I finished it today, the day it came out. So I don't see why that, but it's just me. Mark, actually, he likes it more than Luke Cage, which is cool. Lots of music is featured in Iron Fist, and it's very Wu-Tang-esque, rap-esque, and he actually has an iPod from when he was a kid, and that's what basically the soundtrack was for the show, kind of. And it's very much rap heavy. It seems like the Wu-Tangification, what people called Luke Cage, It's the Wu-Tangification of the Marvel Universe, and it's going to carry over in the Netflix series almost, at least in almost all of these shows. I think Daredevil should be different with their soundtrack and be dark. And even though a lot of people hate the storyline, I think eventually we should make it towards maybe like season 3, 4, maybe 4 of Daredevil in the future. Do Shadowland, do a really better written version of Shadowland anyway, because the comic storyline was kind of drug out. If you do like this condensed version of that in the future, that'd be cool. I just thought of that right now. Shadowland would be kind of cool to see with Daredevil actually becoming a demon, but I doubt they're going to do that because a lot of people are iffy with Shadowland and the way the universe is going. I don't think they'll ever get to Shadowland, but you never know. We could get like Moon Knight and shit, so that'd be cool. And this show, I love the actors. The acting is so good. I'm not gonna say everyone's great, but everyone is fucking great. Because like there's people. Harold Meacham, the guy who plays Harold Meacham. I don't remember the actor's name, but that dude can act, man. That dude, when got down, man, he was probably one of my favorite parts of it, because the way he has a dual personality and type of thing is really cool. And just one of my like really good characters. And of course, the guy who plays Iron Fist does a really good job, because he's just like, oh man. And then Colleen Wing, she plays a great character as well, dualities to her as well, and she's kind of like a good person that's in a group of bad people, which is the Hand, which is cool. Like, you have this character who's a good person, but is in a group of bad people, and she has to overcome that, and that's her story arc. Everyone has kind of like their own story arc. You had Harold's son, he has his own story, Harold has a story, like, everybody's stories, it's not like, you're not just following one person, you're not following, like, this is what about the other shows is that mainly you're following Matt Murdock and Daredevil, with other side characters kind of poking their heads in every once in a while. Then you have Jessica Jones, it's mainly Jessica Jones. Luke Cage, Luke Cage is probably the one that has the most just Luke Cage in it. And this one is different, because it's not focusing on just Iron Fist. These characters have their own story arcs running alongside the main story arc, you know? It's like, there's multiple stories, and there's multiple characters at once. It's not all just Iron Fist, it's everybody, which is cool. And it's like, Iron Fist is kind of like, have you ever seen Mad Max? The Mad Max movies, not the most Fury Road, but the ones before that. It's kind of like, it's multiple stories. It's multiple stories in Mad Max, where Mad Max is weaving in everyone else's stories, and that's what kind of this thing is. It's kind of like, I don't know what you'd call it. It'd be a combination stories, culmination, like all these characters converge onto one point type of thing, and it's all because of Danny Rand. And it's just crazy that it's really, in the beginning, it's Harold Meacham's fault. Like, the Hand, Harold Meacham, it's like, the Hand, Harold Meacham, Danny Rand, and then he was Iron Fist. And then he comes back, and it's kind of like, if it wasn't for the Hand, none of this would have happened. And that's what's cool, is that it's like, it's an effect on the show. This is going to be a long video, by the way, probably, but it's like, there's this long, overarching story, and it's going to carry over, because this show leaves a fucking cliffhanger. I hate when they do that, but all the shows leave on a cliffhanger, and it's just crazy, like, oh, give me more. This one, I think, even more so than Luke Cage, because Luke Cage, I can't wait for him to come back, but this one leaves me, like, wanting even more than the previous, stories, like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Like, those, I'm, like, I know I'm gonna get them. This one's like, give it to me now, type of thing, and I want all of these. I can't wait for Defenders this year, and we're supposed to get Punisher, so I'm excited for those two, and I know we're gonna get the culmination of this story much sooner than the others, which is cool. We don't have to wait like a year or 2 years to see it, but we'll have to wait a year or 2 years to see an Iron Fist Season 2, which is okay. But if you like kung fu movies, you will like this show. It's very much just straight up along that style. The choreography is great. I think they could have done a better job of the glowing of the hand for the Iron Fist, but it looks great. And it shows off, like, it's not supposed to be like this really powerful thing. It's supposed to be like a chi, and they kind of play that where it comes from his body into his hand, and he could do many things with it. And he was still learning new things about it, like healing and all that stuff. And stuff he can do. And it's just really cool to see what else can he do. In the last episode, if you've seen the trailer where he smashes the floor and he takes out the whole room, that's the last fucking episode. And it's the coolest thing he does, in my opinion. But there's like an elevator fight scene, there's a courtyard fight scene, there's just so much cool stuff in this series, this show. 13 episodes. It won't take you very long if you're really invested in this story. I've been invested in all the Netflix shows, so it's kind of like, of course I'm going to get invested in this one. This one being better than Jessica Jones and Luke Cage for me. But not better. It's like Daredevil Season 2, Daredevil Season 1, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. I love Jessica Jones, though. Like, I can tell people that's the darkest show they have so far. And all these bring, like, a different flavor to this. Like, they're not all the same. Like, you have, like, crime, thriller, you have superheroes, you have, like, investigators, you have all these, you have karate, kung fu movie, pretty much. So they all bring this different style, and not everyone's gonna like all of these shows. I know people who didn't like Jessica Jones. I know people who loved it. I know people who liked Luke Cage. I know people that hated Luke Cage. I know people who liked Daredevil, and I know people who hated Daredevil. That it's not that great, that it's too dark. So, like, I know people, and then I know people who like Iron Fist, and I've seen people, I don't know any of my friends yet, that hate Iron Fist, because no one's finished it. Probably one of the first one of my friends, besides a couple people that have already finished it. A bunch of people are binge watching it right now. Mark just did the first four episodes, so I can't wait to see what he thinks about the whole series, because he hasn't seen anything yet, so far anyway. And it's just cool. I love to see what other people's opinions are of this show, and I think it doesn't help the show at all that he's like that. The guy who's playing Iron Fist. It's just like, hey, we made this for this, and this. No, it's okay, you know, like, there's, like, a lot of stuff, and I don't know if he actually has said this. I've only seen, like, articles, like, oh, we made this for just the fans, or we made it for this, and just because the critics don't like it, that means we just made it for the fans, we didn't make it for everyone. I think he's just frustrated that people are trying to bring this show down, this great show down. I really hope I get to meet the cast of Iron Fist, because I actually want to cosplay as Iron Fist. The Immortal Iron Fist. I want to do the, I don't know everything about Iron Fist, but he has like a white suit. It's not like the green and yellow one, it's a white one. And I really want to do that one. That one's cool. And it's cool that they cast a white guy from Game of Thrones, no less, in the lead, and stuck with it. After people said, why, when the character in the comics, white guy. So, like, I think they did a great job with the show, because it's just so much fun. Great job on it. It's not as dark. It's dark, not too dark. And probably the most lighthearted one in the Netflix series. But it's really good, really fun, and it's a very good follow-up to Luke Cage. And it's going to lead us into Defenders. This leads you right into Defenders almost, probably. And I can't wait to see how he meets up with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil, hopefully Punisher. Just, I can't believe we're getting these shows. These shows are just, if you would have told me when I was a kid that we were going to get it, I would have thought maybe an animated movie, but not this. It's pretty cool that we're getting these type of shows, and Netflix is killing. I think Netflix is doing a great job. Marvel, keep up the good work. Bring us some Moon Knight. Bring us some Blade. Bring us She-Hulk. Netflix, bring us the Master of Kung Fu. That'd be kind of cool to, like, give us the Marvel Netflix universe going. Defenders, and just give us Moon Knight, give us all these characters. Blade, Wesley Snipes, just saying. You know, you're doing a great job. And I know it's now separate from the Marvel movies. Like, we're probably not going to see any of these guys pop up. You might see cameo, do. Who knows? But this show is great, and if you haven't checked it out, Iron Fist, Marvel's Iron Fist on Netflix. It's a fantastic show. It's right under Daredevil Season 2 for me. And it's just, it gets me excited for what we're about to get next with Defenders. With Defenders, it's going to get down and it's going to get crazy. And I could see some more hand stuff, some more kung fu, and all the actors are killing it. Keep up the good work, Marvel. I could say more. There's so much more I can ramble on for like an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. Because it's just, I'm happy for this. This show is great. And I think you'll like it. You get to see, I need to say, you actually do see the original costume in a different way. Just like how every show, you get to see the original costumes of these characters, right? You get to see this in like a video reel that Hand has of the original Iron Fist costume fighting in Japan. I think it's Japan or China. I can't remember exactly. It's video reels of the original Iron Fist, when we passed Iron Fist. There's like a lineage of Iron Fists. But I needed to say that before I go. But let me know what you think about it. I give it a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10. Great series, awesome, very fun. If you like kung fu, you'll like it. So check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think about it. If you care, no one might not even see this, so there's that too. It's the longest video. You might not even make it to the end of my video. But let me know what you think of Iron Fist. If you like it, you liked it. Now, if you enjoyed the video, check out some of our other videos. We have all sorts of gameplays, unboxings, comic books, reviews, all these. We have all sorts of stuff, really. It's really crazy how much stuff we have on this channel, and we're getting more. Hopefully we can get back on the roll. Hopefully I get more content, and Mark gets more content. We'll be good. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, thumbs it down. If you don't give a fuck, flip me off in the comments below. You've been watching me talk about Iron Fist. I'll see you next time.